Listen up! The in-game virtual items market is big business. So big, in fact, that it's projected to hit $190 billion by 2025. And this market is packed full of hundreds of millions of younger people who are already familiar with using digital currencies within games. Sounds just like the type of guys we should be looking to get into crypto to get the crypto adoption party started, right? My name is Guy, and in this video, I'm going to be looking at Wax and how this decentralized marketplace for virtual assets could be the missing link between the crypto space and the virtual items market. I'm also going to share my views on crypto and gaming, plus why I think crypto gaming is one of the most meaningful avenues to grow crypto adoption. Oh yeah, and don't forget to stick around till the end of the video to hear my personal take on Wax and if I've decided to add it to my portfolio. Before we jump into Wax, there are a few quick things I need to say. Yes, I am your crypto guy, but I am certainly not a financial advisor. I create these videos to help you guys with your own research. I'd also like to give a big shout out to everyone who has discovered the channel for the first time. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to bosh that subscribe button and ding that little bell. That way you'll never miss another one of my videos again. Alrighty, I'm locked and loaded and good to go. Let's get into Wax. So, what is the Wax project? In a nutshell, it's a marketplace platform for virtual items that leverages its own blockchain, which is backward compatible with EOS. This is focused on serving video gamers that collect and trade these items. The Wax token can be used to acquire in-game assets or empower anyone to operate their own virtual in-game item marketplace, all without any investment to burdensome stuff like security infrastructure, transaction processing, or settlements. It wants to give millions of virtual item traders the chance to create their own stores on a single platform, whilst providing a complete catalogue of virtual items for sale at any given time. By pooling the liquidity of different marketplaces powered by Wax, this helps buyers and sellers of virtual items by giving them access to the best prices possible. An example of a Wax marketplace in action is morevgo.com. Here you can browse, buy and sell some pretty cool virtual gaming items. All this is achieved by using Wax's awesome API. Okay, so it might not be completely clear who are the types of people who could benefit from setting up a Wax-powered marketplace. So here's an example. There are tons of gaming blogs out there like GameInformer.com, and most are restricted to traditional forms of online monetization like ads. However, they are producing content on specific games and attracting traffic interested in that game. With Wax, these blogs could set up their own digital asset marketplaces and attract buyers and sellers for the in-game items which they're talking about on the blog. This opens up an entirely new way to monetize the traffic that gaming blog owners get by charging digital item listing fees for their marketplaces. Other people may just have a bunch of friends who play a certain computer game, and that opens up the possibility of becoming a virtual in-game items entrepreneur by facilitating trades between them within their own Wax-powered marketplace. Oh yes, and a fun fact, Wax is actually an acronym for Worldwide Asset Exchange. To explain the massive potential of such a marketplace, think about the likes of Amazon and Airbnb. Both of these companies changed the face of commerce for millions of small business owners. They also created hundreds of billions of dollars of new value. Wax is trying to do just that by empowering a whole new sector of digital asset traders. Another thing to note is that the Wax platform supports non-fungible tokens. If you want to learn more about NFTs, I've got a dedicated video on them right here. The Wax ecosystem also offers users microservices. This is essentially a suite of tools and a range of services to help developers create projects on Wax. This includes stuff like Wax accounts, which is a bit like a crypto wallet, except that it doesn't store private keys. These accounts enable users to do things like stake Wax, vote on Wax guilds, view non-fungible tokens, and much more. Wax All Access basically means you can log into any Wax-powered site with Facebook, Steam, or with your Wax account. A big feature for wider adoption is the ability to link your Wax blockchain account with your other accounts like Facebook, and this gives you the ability to regain access in case you lose your private keys. Pretty neat, and I think this is the type of feature that newcomers to crypto will really appreciate. The Wax reseller program is another pretty cool thing where game sellers can earn 10% commission. So, now that you know what Wax is, I want to get into the tech behind it. The Wax blockchain protocol uses delegated proof of stake as its consensus mechanism, and block production is carried out by 21 block producers, which are dubbed Wax guilds. When it comes to staking rewards, Wax uses this reward system to incentivize voting participation. To get a staking reward, you have to cast your vote. So, what the heck are people voting on? Well, it's things like improvement proposals for the Wax ecosystem and to elect Wax guild members. The cool thing about this system is that it incentivizes guilds to operate honestly and in a trustworthy way. If they fail to do a good job and act in the best interests of the network, then they will probably lose votes and get unelected as a Wax guild. Now, that's going to hit any Wax guild's pocketbook, seeing that these block producers are rewarded with a 40% share of Wax's total annual inflation. Blocks on the Wax blockchain are meant to be produced every half second. A single Wax guild is basically authorized to produce each block. If these guilds fail to produce more than 50% of their allocated blocks, then they stop receiving rewards and will most likely be unelected as a Wax guild by token holders. Now, I don't know about you, but if a guild I vote for isn't getting their rewards, it's not going to get my vote for much longer. Oh yes, and Wax understands that not everyone is going to want to go through every Wax guild up for election and weigh up the pros and cons of each. After all, many of us are super busy and frankly do not have the time to do this. That's why the project allows proxy voting. That's basically just a posh way of saying that you can nominate someone to vote on your behalf. Also, when it comes to staking rewards for those using this method, don't worry, you still get your reward and it certainly doesn't go to the person voting on your behalf. The last type of voting is worker proposal voting. This staking method lets users stake Wax tokens to vote on ideas and suggestions offered by other token holders. The key thing to know is that to get these sweet staking rewards, you're going to have to participate in the democratic process and go out and vote one way or another. Now that we've covered the tech behind Wax, I wanted to take a bit of time out to talk about the value proposition for gamers. Every year, the world's gamers are spending billions of dollars on in-game items. On top of that, many of these special items are acquired in-game after many hours of play. After all, that high-level item you got on World of Warcraft might have taken dozens or even hundreds of hours to get. As long as a virtual item is in demand, is scarce and takes a long time to earn, it will always have a monetary value. It's a bit like the price of gold. One of the key driving forces behind the price is the time and resources required to find that gold and get it out of the ground. The same is true with in-game items. The point is that virtual items in computer games are desirable and have value even if they are earned for free within a game. There are also times that a gamer might want to cash out their digital assets. This could be because they could do with the money, or they simply want to play a new game and wish to transfer value from one game to another. There are centralized marketplaces for trading different virtual items. For example, MMOauctions.com connects players wanting to buy and sell World of Warcraft items. However, the problem with these types of marketplaces is that there is a general lack of trust, and in-game items are often stolen when a gamer uses them. Very much like in the crypto world, scammers are drawn to this market like moths to a flame, with sites like MMO Auctions being forced to warn users about dodgy people contacting them on Skype to steal their items. Even if a trade goes well, then high cross-border fees are paid to the likes of PayPal, and that leaves the gamer out of pocket. If this wasn't enough to put people off, these centralized digital asset marketplaces also have another problem. They don't pool items together. This means a gamer might have to look at a dozen or more different marketplaces to either find the item they want or compare prices. This is even more inefficient when you consider that a gamer will also have to research if each digital asset is trustworthy or not. With such a fragmented marketplace for digital items, it's no wonder that it has not gone mainstream. With the options available today, the truth is that very few gamers are willing to take the risk or dedicate the time to trade their digital items. The Wax team basically saw an opportunity to address the shortcomings of centralized assets exchanges with a decentralized one that helps solve these trust issues. Now, that could be very big news for the trade of digital items. On the other side of the crypto coin, I should also speak about game developers. The truth is that there are very few games out there that allow you to currently sell in-game without breaking the game's terms and conditions. However, let's be honest, game developers are interested in making money and they're not earning a penny from grey and black market trades. By adopting the Wax platform and enabling their in-game items to be listed on the exchange, this does open up a new way for them to generate revenue. Also, another thing to think about is gamer behavior when it comes to buying in-game items. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be more likely to buy virtual items if I knew I always had the option to resell and earn some value back when I'm done using them. This is a similar principle that plays a key role in driving the sale of Rolex watches. Get a classic Rolex for, say, $20,000, and you can be assured that it will either hold its value or actually appreciate in value over time. Don't believe me? Well, go and take a look at some of the prices of second-hand Rolex Daytonas and compare them to the newer models. The same cannot be said for, say, cars or other consumer items. I foresee a similar proposition for in-game items. This is, of course, provided there is a solid secondary market for them on an exchange like Wax. The neat thing for game developers is that they might be able to raise the prices of in-game items because of this, and people might still pay that premium, a quick and easy way to boost revenue. Let's switch gears and talk about the Wax token for a bit. There is a total supply of just over 3.5 billion, with just over 1 billion currently in circulation. That's right, folks, there's a lot of Wax tokens still to get from staking rewards. The total annual inflation for the token stands at around 5%. However, you should be aware that this does not account for deflation from Wax marketplace commission burns that are not factored in here. Out of that 5% annual inflation figure, 2% goes towards staking rewards for stakers, 2% is allocated to the Wax guilds, which operate as block producers, and the final 1% goes to rewarding participation in the worker proposal system. Keen on tapping some of those juicy staking returns? Well, if you hop over to stakingrewards.com, you'll be able to see that the current Wax staking rewards stand at 4.31% per year, and a whopping 86% of all Wax tokens in circulation are currently staked. Anyways, who are the guys behind the Wax project? Well, the Wax project is brought to you by not just any old team. The platform has been created by the same chaps behind OP Skins, which was an established leader in the virtual item marketplace industry. These guys obviously know how to complete a digital asset swap, as seen by the over 100 million digital purchases they processed every year on OP Skins. I'm pretty sure that the experience, contacts, and know-how gained since starting OP Skins in 2015 will be invaluable to the project's success. What about the actual personnel? Well, there are two co-founders behind Wax, William Quigley and Jonathan Yantis. Quigley is perhaps the more recognizable of the two, as he's been involved in many other well-known crypto projects, including Tether, Mastercoin, and GoCoin. He holds an MBA from Harvard and a BS in accounting from the University of Southern California. He's also co-founded Clearstone Venture Partners, an early-stage venture capital firm, and is managing director of Cashel Enterprises, which is an investment vehicle focused on funding cryptocurrency projects. So, all in all, a pretty serious guy. Then we have Jonathan Yantis, who serves as the Wax and OP Skins COO. Yantis began life in the US Navy before moving on to OP Skins. He was a board member of Mastercoin and has been a part of the blockchain industry since its early days. Now, while a strong team is important, having solid partnerships adds weight to that. The first partnership I want to touch on is Wax's collaboration with Acon. Acon basically focuses on securing user identities on the blockchain. They also offer a suite of tools that help enterprises easily connect their businesses to multiple blockchains like Wax, Ethereum, and Tron. I really like this partnership because it shows that Wax isn't just focusing on the peer-to-peer part of its platform, and is looking to make it easy for existing businesses to jump into the Wax ecosystem and create those network effects. The second partnership I want to talk about is Bounty Block, which provides promotional tools to help dApps acquire users through the use of gamification. This includes things like making it easier for dApp developers to create tasks and challenges which increase user engagement. In terms of success stories, Bounty Block's promotional tools played a key role in helping the Wax blockchain game Prospectors get to more than 24,000 daily active users by the end of 2019. Now, I know that I've gone through a lot and there is a lot to take in. However, I do want to take a few more minutes to share my thoughts on the project. Personally, I see massive potential for a digital asset marketplace as well as demand for trading in-game items. Sure, there are centralized solutions available. However, most of these solutions are either grey or black market enterprises, and I'd be pretty worried about the idea of getting scammed. I think that's the key reason why more people don't trade in-game items today. They're simply too scared of being done over by a random behind a keyboard. You should also know that the global virtual goods market is projected to hit $190 billion by 2025. That's a massive market, and I honestly love the idea of a crypto solution gaining a slice of that pie. And Wax doesn't need a very big share of that market for token holders to do very well. Even more importantly, I can see that Wax is trying to make its marketplace as user-friendly to crypto newcomers as possible. Truthfully, I don't think your typical gamer who is new to crypto wants to learn about private keys and how to manage them properly. That's why I think things like regaining access to your Wax account via Facebook is a big deal. Wax has created a solution that makes it a bit easier for newcomers to test out the platform without worrying whether they'll lose access to their funds. I also love the idea of giving power back to the people. That's essentially what putting digital items on the blockchain does, by giving them ownership and control over their assets. This is a far cry from the current system where game developers can delete accounts at will and stop gamers from accessing their items. However, the project does have challenges. One of these is persuading the top game developers to allow in-game assets for their games to be traded on the Wax platform. The problem, of course, is that many of these game developers already operate a successful business, and the whole idea of tokenizing in-game assets is viewed more as experimental. Let's not be under any illusions. A major game developer like Rockstar Games, the guys behind Grand Theft Auto, would be taking a serious risk if they were to actually going to adopt Wax and allow GTA gear to be traded on the exchange. It's also uncertain how this would impact in-game economies too. Will Wax power crypto into the future of the video gaming market? I frankly don't know. However, I'm going to be following this project with interest, and if I start seeing more things that I like, I'll certainly be looking to add this one to my portfolio. Alright, that's all for now, chaps. But what do you think of Wax? Do you think it's the best crypto gaming project out there? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And one other important thing, don't forget to drop me a like if you liked this video, or give me a sub if you loved it. Oh, just one more thing, and this is an important one. Have you heard of my weekly newsletter? It's my personal take on the crypto markets and the projects that comprise it. I share unique trading insights, news that flew below your radar, as well as some hot coins that I have on my watch list. Want to join? Sweet! Just head on over to the description where you will find my sign-up form. All you have to do is insert your email and submit. And that's it. You are now a Coin Bureau insider. See you in my next video.